Hi girls, how are you? I might bring this down a little bit. How are you this morning? How are you? Welcome. So it's spring, although not that you would know it here in Melbourne, it's still pretty fresh. So I wanted to, I guess, reset myself, right? So one of the reasons I'm doing this spring reset, which we've done every spring actually, to tell you the truth. I've always done some sort of challenge at springtime, just because there is a new energy. Like, it's like, let's get rid of winter, I'm over that. Let's move on, let's, get our energy back, our mojo back. But also, sometimes we've sort of hibernated and it's been difficult to get motivated, and we've struggled with just the cold and stuff like that, and especially being lots of illnesses in COVID and all that. So I'm going to go straight into it today with the day one thing, because what we need to do is identify the areas that you probably need a little bit more TLC, right? So I find that when we're looking at, so day one is actually choosing, right? So we're going to choose something that we're going to improve over the week or for the month. Let's say the month. The week is about having a few different tasks to do to help you get back, not your mojo, your energy. So overall, we want to get more energy, but it's actually giving the steps. So we want to give you the steps so you can go ahead and start repeating that and planning out, right? So we're going to plan. We're going to create a plan over the week with some pretty cool things, yeah, that are going to help you get going again, yeah? So, so today really is about what is that thing? And often we'll go straight to the weight loss. We'll go, right, we want to lose 10 kilo, right? Well, that's the kind of bigger outcome, but we need the steps to get you there. So what are those little minute, tiny steps you're going to do in the middle, right? And often that's the problem. Like, we have these outlandish goals. We're going to get fit. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it's like it's got an end destination, but I prefer that we look at the journey and go, well, how can we live like that? How can we create a life that actually includes that every day? It's not something you get to, it's how you be, if that makes sense. So if you want to lose weight, you want to lose 10 kilos, say, well, how will you live? How will what are you going to do every day? What are those daily things that are going to change the way you're taking care of yourself? What are the things that are going to change the way you're thinking about yourself, or the way you're thinking in general, the patterns you follow, the beliefs you follow? So this week, every day, I'll pop in here at 12 o'clock. There's replays if, I realize people are busy and working and whatnot, but I'm going live 12 o'clock so that we can get those steps in place, right? And then you can continue that. And if you want to help, have more help, you can work with me one-on-one to work through the implementation of that. But for now, why don't we look at what is actually happening for us? What is the thing that we would like to change? And like I said, don't jump to the big thing, I want to lose 10 kilo. You need your overall vision of what you want, right? But it might be more about, I try and encourage women to think about how they want to feel, how they want to show up, how they want to wear their clothes. Are their clothes too tight? Are they not sleeping? Like, where are the struggles? Where are the daily struggles? Are they not planning proper meals? Are they too tired? Are they too tired to cook? They can't be bothered. Unmotivated to get out the door, to get moving, to go for a walk. Like, they've got a lot of negative self-talk or a lot of negative dialogue going on in their head, like they're feeling negative, feeling low, anxiety. Like, what is the thing? So when we're looking at, yes, we want to lose weight, well, what about the other stuff? Because you're not going to lose weight while you're stressed out of your brain. You're not going to lose weight while you're eating shit. You're not going to lose weight while you're not doing the daily movement, right? So it comes back down always to the basics. The basics are, what are those things that you do every day, right? You drink water, you go to sleep on time, you get fresh air, you get sunshine, you have connection with people, you have some joyful activities, you move your body, you eat properly, you nourish your body. Like, what are those things? And that's what's going to be focused on, right? So whenever I'm coaching, that's always the focus, because those basics of what a human being needs. Hey honey, hey Sharon, hey Julie. the basics don't change, right? The basics don't change. The basics of how you look after yourself as a woman, how you look after yourself as a human being, don't change. And where we run into trouble is when we ignore that. Our body is incredibly intuitive. It knows what to do. It knows how to heal. It knows what it needs. It does its thing. But what interferes with that is the stuff that we put in our body, the things we put in our brain, the things that we're not doing for ourselves, our care, right? So it's not like it's hard. It's not like it's impossible. You can lose the 10 kilo or 5 kilo or 2 kilo, whatever, if that was a focus of yours, by just looking after yourself healthy, right? And I know people go, oh yeah, sure, I've tried that. Well, probably you haven't. You probably haven't tried that. You've tried all the things that aren't healthy, that smash your body and that wreck your brain, like that make it feel shit so that you give up. That's my experience, right? That is what I know to be true. So having that flexible, open, kindness, compassionate, patient, experience when you're looking after yourself and being, helpful to yourself, doing helpful things, helpful thoughts, they're the things we're not doing. So I want you to go back to basics. So whenever I'm coaching anyone, let's look at what is going on every day. What do we need to change here? And it's not mind-blowing, it's not hard, it'll be the tiniest little things that we can tweak, swap, do that make a difference, right? And that's what we're going to look at. So when you're choosing something, maybe it's you want to get to bed a bit earlier because you're waking up like shit, you can't get up, you're hitting the snooze button a million times. Maybe it's you've been feeling really sluggish, your gut health's a bit off. Maybe self-love, definitely Sharon. Maybe it's something like, like for me, I'll tell you, I'll be honest anyway, but I have a lot of reflux, right? And so apparently my cholesterol is really high. I've now had to go on cholesterol tablets, right? Which is now messing with my liver because that's what they do. And now I'm getting hot flushes. So I've got to go back to the basics of going back to all the greens, going back to the greens powders, going back to the hydration, just going back to the basics. Every little signal your body gives you is telling you something. And I think what happens is we get so distracted, so busy that we ignore that, right? We just ignore it. And we keep pushing through and we keep going because that's what we did when we were younger. Well, it's not working. That kind of approach isn't working. Now I've just screwed up my hair. That sort of approach is not working for our body. It's not working for us, right? We have probably more stress than we had when we were younger. Debatable, but it's sometimes true. The stress is a big clincher on the way that our body performs, our gut, our mind, our aches and pains, when you've got gut health issues, then you've got inflammation, and you've got weight. When you've got cortisol because of high stress hormones, then you've got weight issues. You've got insulin issues, resistance of insulin. You've got other things that keep going on, blood pressure. It affects everything. So it really is about that overall well-being package, right? How we go on the cholesterol was a shock. I know it's been trending up, but I think it's hereditary because, I'm not overweight, and that's just a myth, I suppose, in our society, Sharon, too, about the cholesterol. So now I have to, focus on what I do and get back to the muscle training too, the weight training, because fiber, weight training, all the things that our body needs. And I guess the thing is, as we get older, and this is true, and I'll go off topic for a minute, our body's hormones change, and so they don't respond as well anymore. They don't cover our ass like they used to when we were younger, when we could drink more and we could go out and have no sleep. Our body just doesn't work like that anymore. Like it does have to have, we have to have more care. And I do kind of think it's kind of a blessing as you get older, you get a bit wiser, and yes, you go through menopause, but it's actually a positive, like you are wiser and you go, I don't want to do that shit anymore. I don't want to treat my body like that. So your whole attitude changes. And I think you do slow down deliberately because you don't want that rubbish. You've done that, right? You've done that all, and you don't have to worry about reproduction anymore. There's a few bonuses, right, to all of this, but that's another live for another time. So what I'm going to do is I have what I call the Mojo quiz, right? So it's just a one-pager, but it goes through what I think is the aspects of the basic health, right? And I want you to number it, and I can go through it. I don't have it with me here, which is a bit bad planning, but I'll post it. It goes through the basics, and I want you to number it 1 to 10. And what happens is you'll see where you think you need more help, right? Whether it be something as simple as joyful activities, hydration, it might be learning something new, like contribution, and all sorts of things, right? So I call it my mojo quiz or checklist, but we go through, work out what's glaringly obvious. So there's some areas, and it might be your food, it might be your sleep, it might be your mindset, you know, you might need some support. So it shows you where you might be a bit weaker on it'll give you a number between 1 to 10. You'll do that yourself, right? It's all about what you think that you need, right? Now, this is going to help you if you're not sure. Some things are glaringly obvious, right? You know you need to eat better. You know you're not planning meals. You know you're having too much takeaway, too much alcohol, not enough sleep, late nights, scrolling. You know, we know sometimes what the thing is. Like if I ask women, why do they think they feel this way? Why do they think they've put on weight? They always know, right? We always know what we're doing that's not helpful. But it does help highlight if you're not sure, if you think you're doing everything right, you're probably not in that way. We're probably not using self-care, for instance, not having enough rest, which keeps the cortisol high, which stops you from sleeping. It's a whole vicious circle, dumps the insulin, you put on weight. You know, there's lots of things going on hormonally as well, which also affect all of those things. But I'm just, you know, I think it's a good place to start. So today, I want you to think about what is the thing that bugs you the most, the top struggle. And if you want to post that and let me know what that is, or even message me privately, happy to do that too. But it's good to share because I think the magic is in the collective. Yeah, I get exactly, Sharon. So we know what we need to do, but sometimes we need help, right? Sometimes we need to break that down into a tiny step because we're looking at this whole gamut of, oh God, I just have to do all these things, or I have to do this because that's the Holy Grail. I call it the Holy Grail. That's the Holy Grail. But we haven't been able to break that down into how do I get there? And that's where you need help, right? Someone to help you step through those little bits that you're not sure of, or fill in the gaps. So maybe you're not ready and your confidence isn't there yet. So how can we grow the confidence, right? Wellness 101 is the gap ruler, what we call the confidence ruler, the ready ruler. So are you ready? Where are you on 1 to 10? Are you ready? Where do you feel ready to change that thing? If it's say, I don't know, let's just say smoking for an example, right? Okay, you want to quit smoking. Where do you think you are on that ready reckoner? And then the confidence, what do you think your confidence is that you're going to get there, right? So if it is, say, losing weight or smoking or something like that, stopping smoking, we use that ruler as well in wellness coaching to say, well, where do you think you are on that ruler? And what can we do to build the confidence so that you feel ready and you feel confident that you can do that thing or that you will do that thing? And a lot of the time, it's our mindset, it's our, you know, like, I guess if you've had experiences before where you've not got that way, or you've lost the weight, put it back on, or you tried to quit smoking many times, whatever that thing is, right? It does wear your confidence down. So it's just about breaking it into tiny bits so you can have quick wins, right? What are the quick wins? We're going to work out your quick wins so that you can build the confidence so you can get there. So that's what we do with probably more the private coaching, because that takes a bit of time to work out and work too, right? But it gives you an idea of where you can go. So where do you feel confident? Where you are on that ruler, 1 to 10. Are you ready? Where are you on the readiness scale from 1 to 10? So I guess the other thing is, like I said, if it's glaringly obvious, that's what we're working on this week, right? We'll work on that. I'm going to give you a different task, different types of things. There's different ways to be healthy. We're not just going to talk about exercise or just talk about diet. You know, there's many ways to skin a cat and there's many ways to get healthy, and all of it starts with the way we feel, right? All of it starts with the way we think, our mindset, the way we feel. So we're going to lift that energy, right? Lift that energy, lift that vibe, get you out of the funk if that's what you're, experiencing, or just give you some easy ways every day, right? So each day I've posted what we're going to kind of talk about each day. And yeah, I hope that will help a lot. I'm also going to post the Mojo quiz, right? It's just a one-pager into the group. I have a checklist. Not a checklist. I do have a checklist, but I've got my Diva Spotify playlist, which I use, which I love. It's sort of all my favorite empowering high vibe music in a playlist, and you can use it doing your housework. You can use it to dance, whatever it takes, right? But I just want you to, lift this energy, and winter and COVID and all the rest of it is really, shaken us a bit. And I want to be able to give you something that's going to at least make a difference, even if it's just that you feel more confident in yourself, that you can wear the clothes in your wardrobe a bit better than you were. Then maybe it fits better, something like that. I want you to be also, this is the other thing, when we choose a goal, it can't be something that's disconnected. So if you're picking a goal like, it's like what I see is women will go, right, I need to go on a diet, or I need to go to the gym. So they'll go and join a gym, but their motivation's down here, and they think that joining the gym is going to bring them up here, and it's probably not. So then they'll go for a little while, maybe they'll hate it, maybe they won't, and then they'll stop. Or they'll decide that they've got to go on a diet, and then it gets too hard because they expect that is the thing that's going to lift them, right? That's the thing that's going to make all the difference and going to change their motivation. But the thing is, it's not the motivation you need, it's the habits. So again, it comes back to the tiniest steps of how you're going to get to the gym every day. When are you going to go? What time are you going to go? How is that going to work for you? So what classes are you going to do? How long are you going to work out for? So it's about making sure that you have those steps in place so that plan works, right? Not expecting the outcome to be the motivator, if that makes sense. Because what I find is that we jump to these things. And the other thing is, we don't probably even like the gym, right? It's not even our thing. So what else could we do? Belly dancing, line dancing, swimming. What is it that makes you happy? And I think that's where we've got to connect, right? So I think we pick something that's something we don't even want to do, but we think we should do that, and we think that's going to work, right? But it's disconnected from, I call it like a desire goal. It's got to come from your desire, from your love of you, the love of wanting to do something, the wanting of feeling good, not from the fear of, if I don't lose this weight, I'm always going to be this size, or I'm always going to, I hate the way I look in the mirror, do you see what I mean? The desire, the reason for the goal is a different beginning, if that makes sense. It comes from a place of hate and fear for the outcome. Does that make sense? Like, I've had clients that have had to lose weight for instance, double mastectomies, right? Because if they don't, they can't have that operation. Now, that's an extreme, right? That's an extreme example. But in that case, they had to do that thing because they had to do it, right? But I know that women are picking these, whatever it is, the goals that aren't coming from the heart. They're not coming from how they want to feel. They're not coming from the place that they would love to try that. And maybe they want to do art. They want to do something that's going to bring them peace and happiness, right? It's not about exercise. It's not about diet and all that. But what will make you happy? Now, that's a goal, right? That will lead you to the thing that you really will love to do and probably keep doing because you wanted to do it, right? Not because you made yourself do it because you hated yourself in some way. Does that make sense? So I just want to it's just a little note, but when we're picking goals, they need to be connected, and don't expect the outcome to be the motivator, because that's not enough. It has to be from how you're feeling, if that makes sense. Now, I'm going to go because I've got two different kids that have got to go two different directions, and apparently I'm driving them, which is annoying. But that's how it is. I'm like this taxi driver now that they're teens. That's all I do is drive them everywhere. But I hope that was a nice live for you, and I hope that's a good start to the week. Any questions, please let me know. message me privately. That is perfectly fine. I do it all the time. I talk to people in the DMs all the time. I'm very happy to do that. And so over the week, let's get something changed for you. That's the goal, right? Something that you were maybe wanting to change already, or you're already working on, but you wouldn't mind some accountability or some support around that. And the group, you know, I've worked in a lot of groups now, and I've got my own group mindset, mastermind coaches and stuff, and it's wonderful to be with women that actually get it, that also want you to win, want you to be supported, want you to feel good, and want you to get what you want, right? So I'd like this, I mean, this is only a 5-day challenge, but I have some other areas where women can work together, and other workshops and things that are about to happen, and some other memberships and things that I do with the groups. So the collective is the magic. Because sometimes we can't do it on our own, and we're not alone, and we don't have to be alone. So I just want to say that we don't have to be alone. So if you are struggling, message me, because you're not alone, and we do get it. And you know, just want to help you really at the end of the day. So let's get some new energy. I'll post the things that I've already talked about. If you haven't signed up officially, that gives me your email address. That means you get an email. Like I've sent 3 emails already, and it gives you the Zoom. There's also a Zoom this week, a live Zoom, right? And there's going to be more of those where you can jump in and actually talk properly and talk about whatever's going on for you. But it gives you some things. So the email address will help me, you know, give you that playlist as well, give you the worksheets for each day. It helps me keep you in the loop, but also every couple of weeks I send a newsletter with recipes and workouts and other things, right? So if you haven't signed up to get my email newsletters or signed up for this challenge officially to get the bonuses, please do. I think the link, you'll see it here. I've put it here. I've put it on the website. I've put it, on my business page. Yeah, please sign up, and then I can, or message me if you haven't got that, and I'll put you in. Yeah, so I just want you to have the things that I'm going to be posting about every day this week. Any questions, let me know. I've got to run, so I hope that was helpful, and I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. All right, see you guys. Bye.